It was the deadliest battle in human history. Nearly 2 million lives lost. A city reduced to rubble. And yet, it was here, in the frozen ruins of Stalingrad, that Hitler's unstoppable war machine finally broke. But what really happened inside those shattered streets? And how did starving Soviet soldiers turn the tide of World War II? Hit subscribe and the bell icon, because the past has secrets you don't want to miss. By the summer of 1942, Nazi Germany had already swept across most of Europe. Hitler's armies looked invincible, but he wanted more. He wanted the oil fields of the Soviet South. To get there, he needed to capture a city with a symbolic name, Stalingrad, a city named after Joseph Stalin himself. Hitler believed that taking it would shatter Soviet morale, proving his dominance. But Stalin had given only one order, not a single step back. The stage was set for a confrontation that would decide the fate of the war, the German advance. In August 1942, the Luftwaffe bombed Stalingrad into ashes. Entire neighborhoods vanished in flames. Tens of thousands of civilians died in the first week alone. And yet, amid the smoke and rubble, the Red Army refused to retreat. Ordinary workers, even women and children, picked up rifles to defend their homes. German troops, confident of quick victory, suddenly found themselves dragged into brutal, street-by-street fighting. Every building became a fortress, every basement a bunker. Soldiers later called it Rattenkrieg, the War of the Rats. The hell inside the city. Life in Stalingrad was pure horror. German snipers hunted Soviet soldiers among the ruins. Soviet sharpshooters, like the legendary Vasily Zaitsev, struck back, killing hundreds with icy patience. Fighting was so close, some battles raged inside single factories for weeks. Men fought room to room, floor to floor, sometimes even with knives, bayonets, or bare hands. And above it all, Stalin's chilling order echoed, "If you retreat, you die." Blocking units of Soviet troops even shot their own men if they tried to run. The Soviets would hold the city, or perish in it. As winter set in, Hitler ordered his generals, "Take Stalingrad at any cost." But his army was stretched thin, unprepared for the freezing cold. Stalin and his generals saw their chance. In November 1942, under blinding snow, the Red Army launched Operation Uranus, a massive counterattack. Instead of striking the city directly, they encircled it. German forces were trapped, cut off inside Stalingrad. Over 300,000 Axis troops found themselves surrounded. Supplies ran out. Temperatures plunged below 30 degrees. Soldiers burned books, furniture, anything to stay alive. The hunters had become the hunted. Collapse of the Sixth Army. Hitler refused to allow retreat. He told General Paulus, commander of the German Sixth Army, "Not one step back. Fight to the last man." But inside the frozen ruins, starvation and disease spread. Horses were eaten, rats were eaten. Some whispered of cannibalism. The once proud German army, Hitler's best troops, was dying one by one. By January 1943, Paulus had no choice. Against Hitler's orders, he surrendered. The once invincible Wehrmacht had suffered its first catastrophic defeat. The turning point. The numbers were staggering. Over 2 million men were killed, wounded, or captured. Stalingrad was nothing but ruins. The myth of Nazi invincibility was shattered. Hitler never recovered from this loss. From that moment, the tide of the war turned. The Red Army would not stop until Berlin itself was in flames. And for the world, it became clear Hitler could be beaten. Stalingrad was not just a battle. It was a graveyard of armies, a turning point of history, and a reminder of the unimaginable cost of war. When walls turned to dust, when rivers freeze with blood, when an entire city becomes both a coffin and a symbol of hope. That was Stalingrad.